Do you ever feel overwhelmed by life's challenges, searching for a way to strengthen your mind and weaken your problems? In this video, we'll explore powerful techniques to cultivate inner resilience and tackle adversity head-on. Get ready to unlock the secrets to a calmer, more balanced existence. Lesson 1. Understanding the power of the mind. The mind is a powerful tool, capable of creating both our greatest joys and our deepest sorrows. In Buddhism, the mind is seen as the root of all suffering and the key to liberation. By understanding the power of the mind, we can begin to take control of our thoughts and emotions and create a life of peace and happiness. One of the fundamental teachings of Buddhism is the Four Noble Truths, which offer a profound insight into the nature of suffering and its causes. The first noble truth states that life is suffering. This does not mean that life is only suffering, but rather that suffering is an inherent part of the human experience. We suffer when we experience pain, loss, and disappointment, and we suffer when we cannot get what we want. The second noble truth teaches that the cause of suffering is craving and attachment. We crave for things to be different than they are, and we become attached to people, things, and experiences. This craving and attachment create a sense of dissatisfaction and unease, leading to suffering. The third noble truth offers a solution to this problem, teaching that it is possible to end suffering by letting go of craving and attachment. This is achieved through the Eightfold Path, a set of practices that help us to cultivate wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. The Eightfold Path includes right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. These practices help us to develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us, to act with compassion and wisdom, and to cultivate a calm and focused mind. One of the most powerful tools for understanding the power of the mind is meditation. In Buddhism, meditation is seen as a way to calm the mind, develop concentration, and gain insight into the nature of reality. Through meditation, we can learn to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment and develop a greater sense of clarity and understanding. There are many different types of meditation, but all involve focusing the mind on a single object, such as the breath, a mantra, or a visualization. By focusing the mind in this way, we can develop concentration and calm the mind, allowing us to see things more clearly and gain insight into the nature of reality. Another important aspect of understanding the power of the mind is cultivating positive states of mind, such as love, compassion, and joy. In Buddhism, these states are known as the Brahma-viharas, or the divine abodes. By cultivating these states of mind, we can create a sense of inner peace and happiness, and develop a greater sense of connection with others. To cultivate these states of mind, we can practice loving-kindness meditation, where we focus on sending love and compassion to ourselves and others. We can also practice gratitude, taking time each day to reflect on the things we are grateful for, and cultivating a sense of appreciation for the good things in our lives. Lesson 2. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is a simple yet powerful practice that can help you cultivate a clear and focused mind. It is about being fully present in the current moment, without judgment or distraction. In Buddhism, mindfulness is considered one of the 7 factors of enlightenment. It is a key practice for developing wisdom and insight, and for overcoming the suffering caused by our own thoughts and emotions. So how can you practice mindfulness? Start with the breath. The breath is a powerful tool for cultivating mindfulness. It is always with you, and it is always in the present moment. To practice mindfulness of the breath, simply focus your attention on the sensation of the breath as it enters and leaves your body. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the breath. Use all your senses. Mindfulness is not just about paying attention to your thoughts and emotions, but also to the world around you. Try to engage all your senses in your practice. Notice the sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and textures of your environment. This can help you stay grounded in the present moment. Practice non-judgment. One of the key principles of mindfulness is non-judgment. This means observing your thoughts and feelings without labeling them as good or bad, right or wrong. Instead, try to see them as simply events in the mind, arising and passing away. Cultivate curiosity. Mindfulness is also about cultivating a sense of curiosity and openness. Try to approach your practice with a beginner's mind, as if you were seeing everything for the first time. This can help you stay engaged and interested, even in the midst of difficulty or boredom. Make it a daily habit. Like any skill, mindfulness takes practice. Try to make it a daily habit, even if it's just for a few minutes a day. You can practice mindfulness while sitting, walking, eating, or doing any other activity. The key is to be fully present and engaged in whatever you are doing. As you practice mindfulness, you may notice that your mind becomes more calm and focused. You may also become more aware of your thoughts and emotions, and better able to manage them. This can help you weaken your problems and strengthen your mind. Remember, mindfulness is not about escaping from reality, but about facing it with clarity and compassion. It is about seeing things as they truly are, without the distortions of our own biases and prejudices. So start today and make mindfulness a part of your daily life. With patience, persistence, and practice, you can cultivate a strong and resilient mind, capable of facing any challenge. In the words of the Buddha, the secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, not to worry about the future, or not to anticipate troubles, but to live in the present moment wisely and earnestly. Lesson 3. Positive thinking. Positive thinking is a powerful tool for strengthening the mind and weakening problems. It is a way of cultivating a mindset that is optimistic, hopeful, and resilient. In Buddhism, positive thinking is not about ignoring the negative aspects of life, but about choosing to focus on the positive. One way to cultivate positive thinking is through the practice of gratitude. Gratitude is the act of recognizing and appreciating the good things in life. It is about focusing on what we have rather than what we lack. By cultivating gratitude, we can develop a more positive outlook on life and increase our overall happiness and well-being. To practice gratitude, start by reflecting on the things you are grateful for each day. This could be anything from the food on your table to the love of your family to the beauty of nature. Take a few moments each day to reflect on these things and to express gratitude for them. You can do this through prayer, meditation, journaling, or simply by taking a few moments to reflect in silence. Another way to cultivate positive thinking is through the practice of loving kindness. Loving kindness is the act of extending kindness and compassion to ourselves and others. It is about recognizing our shared humanity and treating all beings with love and respect. By cultivating loving kindness, we can develop a more positive outlook on life and increase our overall happiness and well-being. To practice loving kindness, start by extending kindness and compassion to yourself. This could involve taking care of your physical health, engaging in activities that bring you joy, or simply speaking to yourself in a kind and supportive way. Then, extend kindness and compassion to others. This could involve helping a friend in need, volunteering in your community, or simply smiling at a stranger on the street. There are many other practices that can help to cultivate positive thinking. These include visualization, affirmations, and positive self-talk. Visualization involves using your imagination to create a mental image of a positive outcome. Affirmations involve repeating positive statements to yourself, such as "I am strong" or "I am capable." Positive self-talk involves speaking to yourself in a kind and supportive way, rather than a critical or negative way. It is important to remember that positive thinking is not about ignoring the negative aspects of life. It is about choosing to focus on the positive, even in difficult times. This does not mean that we should suppress or deny our negative emotions, but rather that we should acknowledge them and then choose to focus on the positive. For example, if you are facing a difficult challenge, it is natural to feel afraid or anxious. Rather than trying to push these feelings away, acknowledge them and then choose to focus on the positive aspects of the situation. This could involve focusing on your strengths and abilities, seeking support from others, or simply reminding yourself that you have overcome challenges in the past. In Buddhism, positive thinking is seen as a way of cultivating wisdom and compassion. By focusing on the positive, we can develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and others. We can see the interconnectedness of all things and recognize that our thoughts and actions have an impact on the world around us. By cultivating positive thinking, we can create a more peaceful and harmonious world, both within ourselves and in our relationships with others. Lesson 4. Emotional regulation. Emotional regulation is an essential aspect of Buddhist teachings, as it helps us to manage our emotions and respond to them in a healthy and constructive way. In Buddhism, emotions are not seen as something to be suppressed or avoided, but rather as messages from our mind that can help us to understand ourselves and others more deeply. One of the key practices for emotional regulation in Buddhism is mindfulness meditation. By cultivating a present moment awareness of our thoughts and feelings, we can develop a greater sense of clarity and perspective, which can help us to respond to our emotions in a more skillful way. For example, when we feel anger arising, we can use mindfulness to observe the sensation of anger in our body, without getting caught up in the storyline of our thoughts. We can notice where we feel the anger in our body, how it changes over time, and what triggers it. By doing so, we can gain insight into the nature of our anger and develop a more compassionate and skillful response. Another important aspect of emotional regulation in Buddhism is cultivating positive emotions such as loving kindness, compassion, and empathetic joy. By intentionally generating these positive states of mind, we can counterbalance negative emotions and create a more positive and resilient mindset. For example, we can practice loving kindness meditation, which involves generating feelings of warmth and goodwill towards ourselves and others. We can start by visualizing someone we care about and wishing them well, then gradually extend our wishes to neutral people, difficult people, and all beings everywhere. By doing so, we can cultivate a more compassionate and open-hearted mindset, which can help us to respond more skillfully to challenging emotions. Buddhism also emphasizes the importance of ethical conduct and wise discernment in emotional regulation. By living in accordance with our values and making wise choices, we can create a sense of integrity and self-respect, which can help us to manage our emotions more effectively. For example, if we are struggling with guilt or shame, we can reflect on our actions and make amends where necessary. By taking responsibility for our actions and making a commitment to do better in the future, we can create a sense of self-forgiveness and renewal, which can help us to move forward with greater clarity and purpose. Ultimately, emotional regulation in Buddhism is about developing a deeper understanding of ourselves and our emotions, and using that understanding to cultivate a more compassionate and skillful response. By practicing mindfulness, positive emotion cultivation, ethical conduct, and wise discernment, we can strengthen our mind and weaken our problems, creating a life of greater peace, happiness, and fulfillment. Of course, emotional regulation is not always easy, and it can take time and practice to develop these skills. But with patience, persistence, and a willingness to learn, we can all cultivate a greater sense of emotional balance and resilience, and create a more positive and meaningful life. So, if you are struggling with difficult emotions, remember that you're not alone, and that there are many resources available to help you on your journey. Seek out support from trusted friends, family members, or mental health professionals, and explore the many teachings and practices of Buddhism that can help you to cultivate emotional regulation and strengthen your mind. With time, practice, and dedication, you can learn to manage your emotions more effectively and create a life of greater peace, happiness, and fulfillment. As the Buddha said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. So choose your thoughts and emotions wisely and create a life that reflects your deepest values and aspirations. Lesson 5. Physical exercise. Physical exercise is an essential aspect of holistic well-being, and it plays a significant role in the teachings of Buddhism. The Buddha himself was a firm believer in the importance of physical health and fitness. He encouraged his followers to engage in regular physical activity to maintain a healthy body and mind. In Buddhism, the body is seen as a vehicle for spiritual growth. It is the vessel through which we experience the world, and it is the foundation for our mental and emotional well-being. Therefore, taking care of our physical health is an important part of strengthening our mind and weakening our problems. Regular physical exercise has numerous benefits for our mental and emotional health. It helps to reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, and it improves mood, cognitive function, and sleep. It also increases our energy levels, boosts our self-esteem, and promotes a sense of well-being. Physical exercise can be a form of meditation in motion. When we engage in physical activity, we can cultivate mindfulness by focusing on our breath, our movements, and the sensations in our body. This helps us to stay present in the moment and to develop a greater awareness of our physical and mental states. So, how can we incorporate physical exercise into our daily routine? Choose an activity that you enjoy. The key to sticking with an exercise routine is to choose an activity that you enjoy. This could be anything from walking, jogging, swimming, cycling, yoga, tai chi, or dancing. The important thing is to find an activity that you look forward to and that makes you feel good. Start small. If you're new to exercise, it's important to start small and gradually build up your fitness level. You don't have to run a marathon or lift heavy weights to reap the benefits of physical activity. Even a short walk around the block or a few minutes of stretching can make a difference. Listen to your body. It's important to listen to your body and not push yourself too hard. If you're feeling tired or sore, take a break and rest. Remember, the goal is to cultivate a healthy and balanced lifestyle, not to push your body to its limits. Lesson 6. Healthy eating. In Buddhism, the practice of mindful eating is not just about what we eat, but also how we eat. It is about cultivating a deep appreciation for the food we eat and for the interconnectedness of all beings. One way to practice mindful eating is to eat in silence. This allows you to focus all of your attention on the food, to fully taste and appreciate each bite. It also helps to reduce distractions and promote a sense of calm and relaxation. Another important aspect of mindful eating is to eat slowly. This allows you to fully chew and digest your food, which can improve nutrient absorption and prevent overeating. It also helps to promote a sense of fullness and satisfaction, which can reduce cravings and snacking between meals. It is also important to choose foods that are healthy and nourishing for the body. In Buddhism, a balanced diet is considered essential for physical and mental health. This includes a variety of fruits, vegetables, grains and proteins, as well as plenty of water. It is also recommended to avoid foods that are harmful to the body, such as processed foods, sugars, and excessive amounts of caffeine and alcohol. These foods can disrupt the balance of the body and mind, leading to a range of health problems. Buddhism encourages a plant-based diet, as it promotes compassion and reduces harm to animals. The Buddha himself taught that all beings have the right to live freed from harm and suffering, and that we should strive to minimize our impact on the environment. By choosing a plant-based diet, we can not only improve our own health, but also help to reduce animal suffering and protect the planet. This is a powerful way to cultivate compassion and mindfulness, and to live in alignment with our spiritual values. Each person is different, and what works for one person may not work for another. By paying attention to your body's signals, you can learn to eat in a way that is healthy and nourishing for you. Overall, strengthening your mind and weakening your problems is a journey that requires patience, discipline, and commitment. But by following these teachings of Buddhism, you can begin to take control of your mind, cultivate inner peace, and create a life of happiness and fulfillment.